Good afternoon to the chair, uh, myself, Dr. Shriram Kargaonkar, and we co-authors, along with the co-author, Dr. Surekha Gaikwad, Professor Dinkar Rathod, Professor Jeevan Kasabe, and Dr. Reetuja Deshpande. We are presenting our research paper on statistical modeling of sustainable digital consumerism, data-driven strategies for environmental and social impact in Indian market. So, in this auspicious conference by OIDA, held at Sri Lanka. So this will be the content of my presentation. So introduction, sustainable digital consumerism. It refers to the way consumer make choices and engage in buying, using and disposing of products or services through digital platforms like e-commerce sites, apps, social media, marketplace, etc. in a manner that is environmentally responsible, socially fair and economically viable. So, in an era where sustainability is both a corporate mandate and a societal imperative, digital marketing offers a transformative pathway for advancing environmentally responsible and socially inclusive consumer behavior. So these are the key aspects of sustainable digital consumerism. First of all, uh, consumer empowerment. Using technology to make informed, ethical, and sustainable decisions. Then, eco conscious choices, preferring products with eco labels, low carbon delivery, recyclable packaging, social responsibility, supporting fair trade, ethical brands, and inclusive digital marketplace, for example, MSC, rural sellers. Then, fourth is digital influence, decisions shaped by online reviews, influencer campaigns, nudges, and sustainability in information. Last but not the least, circular practices, opting for repair, reuse, resale, and recycling facilitated via digital channels. So, background, why it matters in India. So, let's go through it. So, India's digital consumer base is expanding rapidly, driving millions of daily online orders. This surge increases demand for packaging, logistic, and energy. So, this is due to the e-commerce boom. Secondly, the environmental pressure is so much. So, it is high use of single-use plastics, non-recyclable packaging, and carbon incentive last mile deliveries are worsening urban population and waste management. Third reason is social equity issues. The workforce, delivery riders or warehouse workers often face low wages, long hours, and lack of social protection. Fifth one, digital inclusion challenge. While urban consumers benefit from digital commerce, rural and semi-urban populations face barriers to access and participation. If guided properly, digital consumerism can help India's achieve climate goals, ESG, means economical, social, and governance targets, and inclusive growth by nudging millions toward the sustainable choices. So that is again a strategic opportunity. That's why it matters in India. Then global, comparing the global and national context, we can see that in global level, e-commerce sales are growing at double-digit rates worldwide. So rising consumer awareness of climate change and ethical production is pressurizing brands to prove sustainability. While circular economic models, resell repair, are gaining grounds in Europe, US, and East Asia. So regulatory frameworks, EU Green Deal, carbon footprint disclosures demand transparency and accountability. What happening in India? So India's national context. India is among the fastest growing digital economies, fueled by UPI, online unified payment interface, online marketplace, and mobile first adoption. So there are some challenges in front of means our country. Risk of greenwashing with misleading eco claims, low awareness of credible eco labels among consumers, rising returns, quick commerce packaging waste, and last mile emissions, concerns or data privacy and ethical AI use in consumer profile. There are some opportunities also. Introduce eco labels, digital nudges, and incentive schemes for platforms. Support MSME, medium, small, and means enterprises, rural artisans, and local sellers through digital inclusion. Align consumer markets with SDG 12. Sustainable Development Goal number 12, responsible consumption and production, and India's net zero roadmap. So this is the literature review, means a few are attached here. There are total 58 literature review in all. Beside that, there are some books and magazines also or website that are not included here. It is purely the references. So research gap. So what we find that the gap between what consumers say and what they do remains biggest challenges in sustainable consumption. Prior evidence shows that online nudges, such as the default filter for sustainable options, the real-time feedback on environmental savings and personalized product recommendations, can shift decision making significantly. So what we know, current understanding is focus is mainly on consumer attitudes and awareness. Evidence is fragmented and case specific. Sustainability studies rarely cover the digital ecosystems and limited focus on MSME, gigs workers, and rural consumers. So what is and what we don't know? So a behavioral prediction model for actual digital choices, then environmental and social impact linkages with consumer data, then longitudinal insights on evolving digital sustainability, then role of advanced analytics, sequential SEM, Bayesian, ML, machine learning in forecasting. So what is the research gap? There is a strong need for predictive data-driven inclusive models. So that is the research gap we find out, and that's why we have come to a conclusion to write this research paper aligning the same research gap. So this is the abstract. So conceptualizing sustainable digital consumerism and our contribution. So this study positions sustainable digital consumerism as a multidimensional construct requiring three key pillars. First of all, measurement. Second one, causal evidences and deployment pathways. So our research contributes in three distinct ways. First of all, development of sustainable consumerism index, then the rigorous analytical framework, and then practical deployment strategies. So this study employs a rigorous this paper contributes to scholarship and practice in three distinct ways. So that already mentioned. So move on to the next slide. So this is the objectives of our study. Four, not limited to four. We are limited it to four. So to develop a sustainable consumerism index for Indian digital consumerism consumers by integrating survey, transaction, and life cycle data. Second objective, to examine the causal impact of digital sustainability interventions like eco labels, recommender filter, influencer campaigns on actual purchase behavior using advanced econometric and machine learning models. Then third objective is to quantify the environmental and social impacts of digital consumer decisions through statistical integration of life cycle assessment LCA indicators. And fourth, but not the least, to evaluate the scalability of sustainable digital consumerism strategies for Indian e-commerce platform using simulation-based projections. So these are the hypotheses of our study. So research methodology. So our research, this study employed a rigorous mixed method explanatory design to statistically model sustainable digital consumerism in the Indian market constraints. So the methodology framework was constructed to capture both attitudinal and behavioral dimensions of sustainability-oriented digital consumption and to establish causal evidences regarding the effectiveness of data-driven interventions. So our research design is a four-phased methodological structure. So first, construct a development through explanatory and confirmatory statistical analysis. Then second, survey instrument design and experimental mock-up creation. Then third one, data collection from primary and secondary sources. And fourth one, multi-level statistical modeling and simulation of outcomes. So our study population consists of urban and peri-urban Indian consumers. Sampling method used was stratified sampling. Our sample size is 600 respondents. Then data sources were primary survey data, experimental stimuli, then secondary e-commerce data, and environmental social indicators. Our analytical framework includes, we have used high-level statistical tools to analyze the data. So first of all, descriptive and reliability analysis, then Bayesian hierarchical regression, then structural equation modeling, then propensity score matching, PSM, difference in differences, DID, then machine learning models, and Monte Carlo simulation. As far as ethical considerations are there, we have taken the informed means consent and informed. So all the respondents were informed prior about the survey, and informed consent were taken, and all the data we analyzed were anonymized so that it could not be misused. Then software and statistical tools we used IBM SPSS version 26 for descriptive statistics and exploratory factor analysis. Then our software was used using the packages BRMS 11 match it packages for Bayesian modeling, SEM, and PSM, and Python for scikit-learn and XGBoost. These libraries were used. Next, result and analysis. So let's discuss the results and interpretation of our research work. So first of all, our descriptive analysis key findings are Indian digital consumers show a strong positive inclination toward the sustainable purchasing. Environmental concern scored the highest mean 4.10. So these scores are obtained as they are given the Likert scale from 1 to 5. So these Likert scales were averaged. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are averaged. So mean was 4.10, showing strong awareness of carbon footprint, eco-friendly packaging, and climate impact. Then socially responsibility mean was 3.94, and trust in sustainability claims mean 3.86, highlight the importance of ethical practices and verified eco labels. Convenience score Convenience scored lower, reflecting access and efforts barriers in buying sustainability product. Affordability was also lower, indicating reluctance to pay premium prices. Overall, the attitudes are pro-sustainability, but actual behavior is limited by cost and convenience, supporting the need for digital nudges, eco-labels, and incentives aligned with SDG 12 and SDG 13. So reliability analysis was conducted. So reliability analysis was performed to examine the internal consistency of the sustainable consumerism index dimensions. Cronbach alpha was calculated for all latent constructs with a threshold of 0.7 considered acceptable for social science research. So interpretation was, so this validates, our study validates the aim of creating a robust multidimensional tool and ensures its applicability for comparing behavior across the demographics, product categories, and regions. So sustainability consumerism index construction. So these are the 4 dimensions: environmental concern, social responsibility, trust in sustainability claims, convenience, affordability. I come to the interpretation directly. Our results directly support our hypothesis, alternative hypothesis H11, proving that metadata driven multidimensional constructs are superior in capturing feasibility compared to one-dimensional frameworks. Thus, H01 is rejected. That is the first hypothesis, affirming SCI as an empirically grounded index that can guide e-commerce platforms and policymakers in advancing SDG 12, responsible consumption. So next one, Bayesian hierarchical regression. So Bayesian logistic regression quantified the probability of sustainable purchases, controlling for demographics, region, and product categories. So these are the predictors: presence of eco-label, carbon footprint tag, sustainability influencer, SCI score means sustainability consumer index score per standard deviation, then price premium per 10% increment. So what is the interpretation? Bayesian estimates highlight that eco-labels, carbon footprint tags, and higher SCI scores significantly raise purchase probability, while higher price premium reduce it. Notably, a 1 standard deviation increase in SCI boosts purchase odds by 46%, underlying the second research objectives of validating digital cues as behavioral drivers. This reinforces the importance of automatic validation mechanism, which improve decision quality and consumer confidence. So So H1 second hypothesis was null hypothesis was sorry alternative hypothesis was accepted, rejection of leading to rejection of second null hypothesis. So now sequential equation modeling was performed. So I come to the conclusion. The SEM model validates significant pathways between the environmental concern, trust in sustainability claims, purchase intention, and actual purchase behavior. Purchase intention serves as a strong mediator, beta 0.59, while digital interventions independently increase actual purchases. These findings fulfill the third research objective of assessing causal mediation through digital strategies. Excellent fit indicates confirm model robustness. Result clearly support alternative hypothesis one and reject second alternative hypothesis, reinforcing the argument that validated digital cues enhance purchase quality. So then propensity score matching and difference in difference analysis. So PSM analysis shows plus 19.4 higher probability of sustainable purchases for exposed group, balanced covariates. Then third hypothesis also confirmed, H not 3 rejected, means third hypothesis, null hypothesis is rejected. Hybrid strategies outperform single exposure approaches, contributes to SDG 12 responsible consumption and SDG 13 climate action goals. So DID, difference in difference analysis interpretation is DID analysis shows 16.5 net effect in sustainability purchase for intervention groups, confirms casual impact of digital strategies in driving sustainable behavior. So third hypothesis again validated, rejecting the null hypothesis. So hybrid interventions outperform non-digital approaches. So findings are highly relevant for corporate strategy and public policy, aligns with the SDG 12 responsible consumption and supports scalable interventions. So machine learning classifications, I come to the conclusion directly. So random forest model highlights SCI score 34% and eco-label 22% as the most influential predictors with an area under curve AUC of 0.91, confirming high predictive accuracy. These findings support building predictive framework for sustainable consumer behavior. This model demonstrates that metadata-driven features outperform traditional predictors like price premiums, thereby supporting all the null hypotheses, alternative hypotheses, supporting all the alternative hypotheses simultaneously by rejecting all null hypotheses. Beyond methodological robustness, the high predictive performances ensures applicability, practical applications in e-commerce algorithms, advancing evidence-based strategies aligned with SDG 12. So environmental impact simulation. So our results confirm that demonstrating that hybrid digital intervention effectively enhance ecological performance by providing measurable benefits. The study highlights the potential of integrated strategies to advance SDG 12 and 13, emphasizing their value for sustainable market transformation and multi-stakeholder engagement. So summary of this research paper is this summary confirms that digital interventions can significantly enhance sustainable consumer behavior in India. Eco labels, carbon footprint indicators, sustainability filters, and influencer-led campaigns effectively increase both purchase interventions and actual buying behavior. Key drivers such as trust in sustainability claims, transparency, and social responsibility amplify the impact of these interventions, while price sensitivity remains a notable barrier that can be mitigated through targeted nudges and personalized recommendations. Behavioral science and AI-driven tools play a critical role in bridging the attitude behavior gap. Platforms that integrate clear sustainability information with machine learning based on personalization can efficiently target consumer segments most responsive to eco-friendly products. Beyond the consumer behavior, scaling these interventions offer measurable environmental benefits, including reductions in carbon emissions, water usage, and waste generation. These outcomes directly support SDG 12 and 13 and also SDG 9, that is for industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Overall, the study provides a validated framework combining the Sustainable Consumerism Index and advancing analytics to embed sustainability into digital ecosystems effectively, demonstrating that responsible consumption can be both achievable and commercially viable. So these are the recommendations of our study. We recommend the results of this research highlight key actionable measures that digital platforms and policymakers can adopt for sustainability. So first one, integrate sustainability features on platforms. E-commerce platforms should embed eco labels, carbon footprint indicators, and sustainability filters to nudge the consumers towards low impact products. Enhance trust and transparency. Standardize third-party certifications and clear sustainability reporting to reduce greenwashing and improve consumer confidence. Then leverage personalization and AI. Use machine learning and AI-driven recommender system to identify and target the consumers most responsive to sustainability cues. Incentive adoption, then promote consumer awareness, and then support policy alignment. Encourage the regulatory framework and incentives that promote sustainable. Yes. So these are the future scope of the study. Last minute, ma'am. Uh, sorry, future research can focus on longitudinal studies to assess the persistence of sustainability digital behavior over time. Integrating real-time IoT and product traceability data with AI-driven recommender system can enhance consumer trust and engagement. Comparative studies across urban, peri-urban, and rural population will provide insights into regional adoption patterns. Gamification, AR, VR experiences, and social engagement tools could further strengthen sustainable consumption. Large-scale collaborations among policymakers, e-commerce platforms, and NGOs can maximize both environmental and social impact. Last but not the least, finally, expanding the framework to cross-border digital markets could offer lessons for global sustainable digital consumerism. So these are the references, and thank you very much for listening patiently to me. So lastly, I will say data-driven models can transform the consumerism into a pathway for sustainability. Thank you, all juries. Thank you very much for giving me a chance to present this, my paper in the international conference. Thank you.